You're watching TV Free. You're at Burning Man, Black Rock City, 2008. We're heading off to the Hand of Man. My name is Christian Risto. This piece here behind me is called the Hand of Man. It'll do damage. It's a human hand and forearm, all hydraulic. It has all the functions that a normal human hand has. It is controllable from a glove-style controller. The intention behind the piece is that this glove controller is made available so that people from the audience, anybody who wants to, can stick their hand into the controller and operate the hand. The idea behind the piece is to kind of make the feelings of like power and capability and force that one gets through the teleoperation of hydraulic machinery available to anyone who wants it. I've been building robots for a while, and the thing to me that's always the most exciting about those robots is when you're controlling them, you get this feeling of power, and that's an exhilarating feeling. In terms of scale, it's the biggest thing I've built yet. It's not the most complex, but in some ways I feel like it's kind of the most gratifying, because the big difference between this piece and the others is that this one is for everyone. The glove interface is actually just all switches. It's something that I designed that people can put their hand in. Every time they operate part of their own hand, it throws a switch, which controls a hydraulic circuit. It's very simple. I think it's fairly intuitive. It takes a minute to get the feel for kind of how it works. I would be surprised if after 60 seconds, 99% of the people aren't really getting the feel for it. Basically, what we're going to be doing here is staging sessions where we're going to invite people up into the couch of my art car, because that's the designated place that we've chosen as the place that gives the best vantage point for running the hand. Come on up. I or whoever member of my team is sitting in the couch with the audience member. We'll give a brief description of the piece and also kind of a brief rundown of the things you're not supposed to do. It's one or two things we don't want people to do because it will hurt the sculpture. People will get a couple minutes to just move it around and pick up and crush a prop or something like that, and then the next person comes in, and so it'll be just a succession of people getting to come up and get a feel for the hand, whatever. The first, 30 seconds that the people are up in the chair, they had really serious looks on their face. Like they were really they wanted to get it right and they were trying to figure it out and whatever. As soon as they crushed something or picked it up in the air, it just went to like a full smile, which is awesome. I mean, that's exactly what this piece is supposed to elicit from people.
It was a blast. I'm into hydraulics anyway, and the power with just fingertips. Actually, it was extremely light. In other words, I couldn't feel the resistance at all because it's all done with machinery.
I could talk at length about what I'm trying to bring out of people here, but there's something exhilarating about the feeling of wielding that kind of power and that kind of destructive force, and I think it's something that a lot of people don't get enough of in their life. And I noticed that when I was building robots and destroying stuff, I always felt great. I felt better. It was like a quick shot of therapy.
To pick up something like that with just your fingertips, extreme power. I enjoyed it.
Letting them get something out that maybe they don't get a chance to vent quite enough during their normal lives. The theme of the event is the American dream. To me, a big part of kind of what made America great, when it was great, is this idea that if you have it in you to really make something of yourself or make something of your immediate environment, your life, your world, you can do it. There's nobody going to be telling you can't do that or you shouldn't do that. And that kind of, to me, is what drew a lot of people to America. They were coming from areas of the world where they couldn't do that, where they couldn't actualize their own dream or their own fantasy about what they want their life to really be like. And to me, this piece is, in some ways, using technology to offer people a shortcut to that kind of feeling of being able to do exactly what they want, being able to manipulate their immediate environs in the exact way that they feel like it at the moment. And you know, they get 3 minutes of it, but it's better than none. I want people to just look at that hand and kind of like enter into this temporary fantasy that that's their hand, that they're crushing that car, that they're lifting that giant heavy thing or whatever. If people are getting that, or even if a small percentage of the people are getting that, that's really what I'm after, then the piece was really successful.